What's going on? We back, Goodfella Sports TV. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. One time for the one time we grinding. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters out there holding us down. We'll continue to keep it moving. And we're going to talk about an interview that Cougars Cassius did on IFL TV with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn now is saying that there's a new wild card for the Anthony Joshua fight April 13th. And we all thought, and he could just be lying, but we all pretty much thought and probably already know that it's going to be Dillian Whyte if he beat Derek Chisora. Okay. But if by any chance Eddie Hearn is not lying here, which is he is very, very much so a liar, who could be the mystery guy? Who could be this certain guy? Okay. I watched the interview. He said something interesting. When Cougars Cassius asked him about Alexander Uysk fighting on the Anthony Joshua undercard, he said, I don't believe he'll fight on the undercard. Okay. He's going to fight around that time. He wants to take some time off. I'm paraphrasing. He had a tough stretch unless he's fighting Anthony Joshua. Okay. So it sounds like there might be a strong possibility, and Alexander Uysk may step up to heavyweight and go for the gusto for Anthony Joshua first. Because that's exactly pretty much what he said. He said, Cougars Cassius asked him, what about Alexander Uysk? Will he come back on the Joshua undercard? He said, I don't think he's going to be on the undercard, but he'll come back around that time unless he's fighting Anthony Joshua on that card. So I kind of think he gave a hint away that Alexander Uysk could be fighting Anthony Joshua April 13th. Most people will be like, what about Jarrell Big Baby Miller? I think Jarrell Big Baby Miller is going to fight Dillian Whyte. Eddie Hearn is still trying to go around here lying, saying the WBA is going to strip Manuel Charr his regular WBA belt. He going to wait till they rule again. But I already said they weren't stripping him. He was just going to be suspended. So I believe Big Baby Miller has now turned his attention out there in Kansas to fighting Dillian Whyte. So I think Big Baby Miller and Dillian Whyte may be what's next on the menu. I think the winner of that fight will possibly get AJ sometime later in 2019 or 2020. And this is all contingent on if Eddie Hearn is telling the truth about this mystery opponent. Okay. Right now, I think the leader in the bullpen is possibly Alexander Uysk. Just based on what he said in the interview. In the interview, I will link to the description. Okay. He says that the wild card is not Deontay Wilder. It is not Dillian Whyte. So, from what he said, it sounds like it's Alexander Uysk. And what I'm hearing, it sounds like they're setting the table for Dillian Whyte and Big Baby Miller. So that eliminates Big Baby Miller. Okay. In my opinion, there's some other wild cards that people said on a particular thread. Dave Allen, he talked about Dave Allen, wanted him to get financial secure. He won't be fighting again this year. I don't want to see Dave Allen versus Anthony Joshua. That's a colossal mismatch. I don't know why the IBF, WBO, or WBA would sanction that fight. So I won't take it serious, okay? But another guy is Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko has been back in the gym. He's got the itch to fight again. His fiance or wife, whoever old girl that had his baby, Kaden, whatever her name is, she left him. So maybe, he been back training, and maybe he wants to avenge that loss to Anthony Joshua. They were trying to dangle a carrot in front of his face and bring him to Las Vegas. So it's a possibility that Vladimir Klitschko could be that replacement versus Anthony Joshua. They could do a rematch at Wembley Stadium. It would not surprise me one bit if that was the play. Okay. If that was the play they wanted to run, Klitschko, Joshua 2, that would live up to the bill. That would satisfy ticket sales. That would satisfy Wembley Stadium. That would satisfy Anthony Joshua with his purse. It would satisfy Vladimir Klitschko. It would satisfy Eddie Hearn and everybody over in the UK. Okay. People said that was the greatest heavyweight fight they had ever seen. Obviously, they must have been born after 2000. Before 2000, it was thousands of more heavyweight fights better than that one. But when you've been deprived of good heavyweight fighting, a pack of rummy noodles will taste like fettuccine pasta from Italy. All right. So that's a fight that's in demand. That's a fight that can put him more of an A-side demand over any other heavyweight out there. Okay. But I don't know how comfortable Vladimir Klitschko is retiring. His brother kicked the tires on possibly coming back and rematch and having an exhibition at the WBC convention with Lennox Lewis. Okay, Battalion Lennox Lewis is gonna have a little dust up exhibition. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Another guy that came up was Andre Ward. Okay. I think this is far and few in between. I don't think this has any chance of happening. It's a better chance than man reaching Pluto than Andre Ward and Anthony Joshua fight. And Andre Ward obviously sounds like he has the itch to come back and fight. We've all heard it before. You know, all last week during the Contender, he sounds like he really got the itch to fight. He was sparring at the Wildcard gym. Freddie Roach got him to get some rounds in. He still fights. He still stays in shape. He's in good shape. He's talked about going to cruiserweight. He's talked about going to heavyweight. So I wouldn't absolutely rule that out. It's something that Virgil Hunter and him been talking about. I think it's the craziest thing in this world. It's way more crazier than Mikey Garcia fighting Earl Spence. But that's something that you have to consider, okay? Obviously, they wanted Andre Ward to fight Tony Bellew. If Tony Bellew had won, I'm pretty much 90% sure that Andre Ward would have got in there and mixed it up with Tony Bellew, okay? I think that's what the situation would have been. I think that was the play if Tony Bellew had won, was him and Andre Ward. Obviously, that didn't happen, but it's not too many other people that I truly could think of that they can do this, because no Deontay Wilder. I'd be surprised if it was Luis Ortiz. Obviously, they tried to sign Luis Ortiz to he was signed to Matchroom before. That is true. And they also talk about signing him to the Zone, you know, and signing back with Matchroom USA to the Zone. So that's something also you can look at. So, you know, other going through the list, obviously Joseph Parker's not an option. Dominic Brazil has a mandatory. I don't think a rematch with him would be this big major mystery. I don't think Brian Jennings would be that, you know, that big of a drop. Fury obviously lost. Puev could be. I wouldn't say that's a big thing, a mystery guy, but Puev is a mandatory. So you're pretty much looking at, Miller. You're looking at Usyk, Klitschko, and a distant Andre Ward, and just as distant as Andre Ward is. Right before you get to that point at Andre Ward, I would go ahead and say it will be Luis Ortiz. Okay. I don't really see them making the Luis Ortiz fight at all, just as I don't see Andre Ward actually stepping in there with Anthony Joshua. But interesting. But all of a sudden, this could just be a play and a ploy with Eddie Hearn just to, you know, say, I tried to dangle a carrot in Andre Ward's face, but we still had to go with Dillian Whyte. Okay. So maybe Dillian Whyte ain't going to get that AJ rematch. Okay. Because Miller has now turned his sights to Dillian Whyte and talking crap about Dillian Whyte. So maybe they have plans for maybe Puev to step in April 13th. Maybe Vladimir Klitschko is trying to step in and come back. But do you really see Klitschko sitting out all this year and then coming back for Anthony Joshua fight? Don't you think he want to get a tune-up in? Probably not. Probably so. You know, you never know. But, you know, out of the fights, man, the biggest seller is obviously Vladimir Klitschko, but the most intriguing fight out of all of these is if Alexander Usyk, obviously Andre Ward, people say that's crazy, you know, whatever. But Alexander Usyk is the fight that I think is going to happen, okay? Just based on Eddie Hearn's words, based on what he said, unless Usyk fights on the card, I think Usyk is the guy they looking to plug in real quick. I think Usyk's name is really, really hot over there. He was over there moving and shaking with the Manchester football team, I think it was. He got a nice buzz after beating Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew had an unbelievable buzz after beating David Haye. And I think Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua may be a fight that they try to go ahead and do. I thought he was going to try to warm up one or two times, but a few of the guys say that, guy in particular say he might as well go for Anthony Joshua right away. And right now they might try to capitalize on that momentum that Usyk got going in the UK. So out of the mystery bunch, if this is really a mystery guy, I believe the leader of the bunch, based off of Eddie Hearn said in the video I'm linking in the description, is going to be Alexander Usyk. I think Usyk is the guy they're looking to come from. I think the second most likely guy is probably Vladimir Klitschko. Okay. And the reason I kind of rule out Miller along with him, calling out Dillian Whyte, the reason I rule him out because he said he ain't fighting in the UK. He said that, but them O's, You know, them pounds change everything, okay? You know, when they put that money in front of your face, that changes everything. So he can talk all that yip yap, all that crap he want to talk, but that changes everything. When they put that bread in front of your face, you know, and put them pounds in front of your face, he get his big butt over there, and he'll go over there and fight for that, and fight for them pounds, and fight for that bread. But I really think it's gonna be Alexander Usyk, y'all. So we'll see if it's a mystery guy. I'm still gonna side with the point it being Dillian Whyte. You know, I'm still gonna think it's the Dillian Whyte Derek's Resort winner. All right. If it's Dave Allen, I'll fall out my chair. I wouldn't put nothing past Eddie Hearn. Okay, I wouldn't put nothing past him. All right. But at the end of the day, I believe Usyk is probably going to steal this fight. And I think Miller and Dillian Whyte is going to get it on. And it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is. So let me know what y'all think. I'll put the interview link in the description. Love to hear you guys' opinions and comments in the comment section. We'll be getting to the comment section shortly. And appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate all the love and support. Salute to the brother Fred from Barbershop Conversation, man. Enjoyed the video. Got a little bit to listen to at this point. Almost done with it. But, you know, salute to everybody out there on their grind. You know, everybody on this boxing grind and sports grind on YouTube. It ain't easy. Make sure you check us out on Facebook and Twitter and our Facebook group. Those are the second, third, and fourth links in the description outside the source link. Also, you want to make a donation to the channel. That link's in the description as well. Also, the instrumental and the intro video is there as well. You can email me, reach out to me, any business inquiries or whatever you got going on. You can reach out to me that way. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure you check out the interview, IFL TV. Who's Cash is one of the hardest working men from the UK. Y'all know what it is. One time for the one time we go.